What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andy and today I'm gonna be doing analysis on quantum computing stocks.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And on today's video, guys, I will show you the most recent price action of RGTI, QUBT, IONQ and QBTS ticker symbols. And on top of that, I will show you some fundamentals that might be quite interesting for you if you want to invest in this type of stocks. And before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think these videos are useful for you. And let's start with RGTI computing. I made several videos in regards to this asset, and I have to admit that this asset for now is forming quite bearish formation. It is a rising bearish wedge, and I connected these three tops and these couple of bottoms. And as you can see, guys, this asset, since I made my previous video, hovers pretty good inside this formation. And if I make these lines a little bit longer, you can see that it respects pretty good this formation. And guys, my main assumption is still the same. We have to see the breakout below, in my opinion, below this range of support. And in today's video, I will show you how it will happen and how you can benefit out of this. But before we dive deep into the technical analysis on RGTI, let's take a look at some of its fundamentals. If you tap in Google search bar RGTI stock and switch to News tab folder, you will see several recent news, and I want to pay attention to just one of them. It is the article that was published by Forbes on January the 6th, basically just yesterday, and it's titled "RGTI computing stock is up 1,756%. Why shares could fall." And let's take a look right here. In my review, the hype is getting ahead of the reality. To start, here are 5 realities of the technology. Let me quote you just highlighted font. In December 2024, Google announced its Willow-powered quantum computing was way faster than a traditional supercomputer. Next bullet point: quantum computing makes too many errors to be of significant practical use. Next one: with help from about 30 years of advances, Google scientists showed progress in reducing such mistakes. Next one: US tech giants are competing with Chinese government programs for quantum computing supremacy. By 2030, quantum computing could undermine an important cryptography algorithm on which much cybersecurity depends. And guys, I have to admit that in general this technology is very promising, but the timeline of the successful products that might break the market is extremely long. And for now, the closest date where the quantum computing might make this breakthrough is just 5 years ahead of us, by 2030. And this is a very important conclusion. Quantum computing has been touted as the next revolution in technology, according to Quantum News. Rather than being poised to solve complex problems that currently defy solution, experts believe quantum computing is still in its infancy. And on top of that, guys, I want to tell you that if you take a look at fundamentals of these companies, you can find them right here. Financials, you can find them right here. And in general, they have total revenue for trailing 12 months at the level of about $11.89 million. But if you take a look at their cash flow, they are burning each year about 5 times higher of this amount. They burn $54.4 million. And guys, to be honest, they have according to their latest earnings report, they had about $20 million cash on hands. This means with an average burn rate of about 15 million per quarter, they have not more than just 4 months till they will be out of cash. And definitely this quite substantial improvement in their share price will definitely lead to issue more shares in order to collect more money. And this is quite obvious for this type of companies. That is why, guys, the dilutional process, in my opinion, is already launched. And on top of that, guys, take a look right here. if you take a look at the list of insider trades for RGTI, you can see it right here. We are on fintel.io. The most recent filings were made somewhere in the middle of December, and Clifton Michael S sold some of his shares. But if you type RGTI SEC filings, and the very first link will lead you to the website that collects all these SEC filings, and here you can see form 144, and let me show you that it is the description of this form is following: filed by insiders prior intended sale of restricted stock, non-Edgar filing. And here you can see that Dennis Richard want to sell about $2 million in value of his shares, and the approximate date of sale is basically was yesterday. And this means, guys, insiders are still selling these stocks, and as you can see, it is non-Edgar filing, and we have a lot of filings like this. On top of that, guys, let's take a look again at its price action. And before we dive deep into the technical analysis, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell, and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. On top of that, guys, we are still forming this rising bearish wedge, and the top of the fifth wave might be even from this point a little bit higher. But guys, this formation works pretty good, and in the majority of cases, these type of formations break to the downside. And how you can find, how you can catch its movement to the downside? Definitely, you have to wait till this range is broken, and when it happens, guys, the movement to the downside will be extremely fast. And where it can land, guys, if you take a look at the major picture of this price action, you can see that, and let me remind you that all 5 waves should lead to the retracement that usually has a shape of simple zigzag, and this range, this bottom of the C wave might land somewhere in between 0.5 and 0.65 for golden pocket ratio. This means about 65% of downside potential from its highest point might be very viable price target, but everything will depend on the structure of this wave. And to be honest, guys, the most recent price action was not supported by their fundamentals and was not supported by their sales. If you take a look again at its financials, they sold, let me show you income statement, they sold about $2.38 million in Q3. They received this revenue, and this means, guys, it is a long way to their major profitability, and that is why, guys, for now the most probable path for this stock is to break this range of support. That is why, guys, please do not rely on its upcoming movements to the upside. And let's take a look at another stock. It is a QUBT. And here you can see that I also made several updates on this stock, and I told you at this very point that we can collect our long position with this asset because it already has quite a substantial retracement, and it hit, as you can see right here, it hit the golden pocket range. And according to previous price action, potentially this asset might have at least one more leg to the upside that will land somewhere in worst case scenario, probably at this previous swing high at $27.24. But guys, we are still hovering inside this range, and because of this, I told you that you have to be very cautious with your long position. And take a look right here, these two candles that were formed basically yesterday. You can see that the red candle has quite substantial volume, at least 2 times higher than the green one. And if I switch to 4 hours time frame, you can see that it is nothing else but just a long wick to the upside, where the psychology behind the scene is following. Bulls tried to push the price up, but bears regained the control and pushed the price to the same exact level. And this is quite bearish sign. This means, guys, this potential movement to the upside that might lead in best case scenario to the range of about $48 with an upside potential of 213%, in my opinion, is out of the table right now. That is why, guys, please be cautious with this asset as well. And if you take a look on its recent fundamental news, you can see, for example, this article. You can find this article. Is quantum computing stock a buy right now? And let me quote you the key bullet points. Quantum computing is an emerging area of interest for investors. Shares of a company called quantum computing have rocketed higher in the last 3 months. While these gains make it look like a tempting investment, there are several important details about the company that investors should know first. And if you take a look, if you scroll down to the conclusion, here is the most important part. I think quantum computing stock should be avoided. The valuation of the company is stretched, and given its questionable corporate history, it's hard to guess what twists and turns may be in store. And guys, take a look at their financials. You can also find them right here. Wait a second. And I will show you that their income statement is even weaker than the statement of RGTI. They had on Q3 of 2024 just $101,000 in revenue. But if you take a look on their cash flow, they burn $16 million for the trailing 12 months period. This means, guys, this company is also burning money, and this means potentially they also have some delusional processes behind the scenes. I don't want to dig deeper inside the SEC filings. I don't want to take a look at their press releases and their achievements. In general, guys, this entire industry of quantum computing is extremely speculative. I have to admit that none of this stock is suitable for the long-term holdings. That is why, guys, please be cautious with your position on QUBT as well. And let's take a look at IONQ. So here you can see that I also made several videos in regards to this stock, and my previous video was made somewhere at this point, and I told you that we might have another leg to the downside that will be the completion of the C wave. And in general, guys, this asset also has a quite substantial movement to the upside, and it gained from its lowest point about 600%. And to be honest, this is the most financially stable company, because if you take a look at its financials, wait a second, it is right here. You can see that their income statement is quite interesting. They have for the Q3 of 2024 about $12.4 million of total revenue. And if you take a look at their burn rate, they burn about $92.89 million for the trailing 12 months period. And they have, wait a second, I will show you right here, they have $19.21 million of losses in their Q3. And at the same time, guys, their income in Q3 was $12 million. So not so big of a difference. At the same time, this company is still burning money, and the path to their profitability is quite long, I would say. That is why, guys, be cautious. But out of all 4 stocks, IONQ is the most promising company. Let's take a look at this article that was published just a couple of days ago at Motley Fool. Is IONQ stock a buy? And the key bullets are following. Quantum computing represents a revolutionary step forward in computing technology. IONQ could soon commercialize its technology, but there are several unknowns. Investors should weigh the risk versus the reward on a stock that soared more than 200% in a year. And this is the crucial part. Despite the fact that this stock is moving higher and higher, there are several unknown points. And let me show you the conclusion at this article. You may have seen this coming, but it's hard to recommend buying this stock today. There are too many unknowns, and the stock has run too high. If you like IONQ as a speculative stock, consider waiting for a pullback before buying it. Stocks like this tend to be volatile, so you may get better buying opportunities when the market dips again. And this is, in my opinion, the most important conclusion that I've seen in this type of articles. That is why, guys, IONQ is also in quite dangerous territory because let's take a look at some indicators on a daily time frame. It has a consistent bearish divergence. It has higher highs on the price action with the lower highs on RSI. And if I turn off all the tools, you can see that this asset is scratching its upper resistance. You can see that, wait a second, I will show you right here. You can make this line longer and it will be a perfect range of resistance. And here you can clone this line as a parallel channel and potentially it might act as the range of support. Yes, it acts as a range of support, and the most recent price action definitely respect this channel. This means, guys, for now we are nearing to the highest, to the upper resistance, to the upper border of this channel, and this means, wait a second, I don't need this tool. We might have some kind of rejection out of this range, and we might went a little bit lower. On top of that, guys, if it is an extension in the B wave, it happens usually on the highly volatile stocks. We might see the next leg that might even break this range of support. And if it happens, guys, the lower point of this retracement might be quite low. We might retest even its previous major bottom right here that was established on December 11th, and it is the price point of $28.99. So let's take a look at the last stock, QBTS. And here you can see that we have on a daily time frame, we have a lot of quite nasty candles. We still hover basically sideways from the point where I made my previous video. And let's take a look at its fundamentals. Let me show you right here. So they also have $1.87 million in total revenue, but as you can see right here, their net losses is more than $22.71 million. This means they have just 1/10, less than 1/10 of the revenue to cover their net income. And let's take a look at its balance sheet. How many assets and liabilities do they have? As you can see, they have $49.56 million in total assets, and their total liabilities is even higher than this number. This means, guys, this stock is also on a quite dangerous territory, and you have to be very cautious with your long position, especially right after this asset gained from the beginning of November about 1,000 to its highest point, exactly 1,000% of potential profit. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys until next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy.